Welcome to the underworld.
This map is heavily Axis side. They're going to be pushing heavily. Satchel suggested initially that we go straight to the points really hard. Only have two guys on the eastern side, which was a buff squad. Buff is going to support Satchel here. It was a great call, Satchel. It was the right call. We needed to put pressure at the start on that point, and they were a little bit scared here. It was a great push from everyone involved. We had Comrade and I believe Odin holding down that eastern side. Once again, the enemy was not offensive enough. Like they've got the open space. They needed to be offensive there. They maintained a defensive front line when they needed to be pushing, identifying where the enemy was coming from. My squad failed to eliminate the flank. This guy is going to give us a lot of troubles here initially because we did not maintain map control. He's going to come up behind us. Fair play to him. An amazing flank. He's going to eliminate our P. He will eliminate our entire squad, I believe. Not now, but in a bit. And we failed to identify the OP because of a bad call out from me. Because I say that he flanked us, and I wasn't aware that he would place an OP. I thought he simply flanked us, in that he wasn't a squad leader. So you see an enemy, we'll just start assuming that they have an OP on that direction. But once again, he got that OP behind that because of a failure from my squad to maintain map control on that western side. Like I said, against better squads, we need to maintain map control, perfect or near perfect map control, or this will happen every single time. We lose the OP due to a flank. That Charlie enemy squad will remain in the trenches because they're doing an offensive position frontline there while they have Echo defending them. They're going to give us a lot of trouble here because we will have to clear two checkpoints. We'd have to kill them, and then we will have to kill Echo squad. That is the second defensive front line. It's a very good tactic by them by deciding to place two squads on that section, making sure the enemy cannot win those houses as they are extremely important. But like anything, if you decide to put a sector um, stronger than any other sector, then you're vulnerable in somewhere else, and that's what we need to do. We need to identify where they're strongest and where they're the weakest, and then push with um, coordination and our full strength on where they're weakest. That eastern side had no control. Look at that. It was awful by them there. No control whatsoever. They were overextending on the western side now with Echo pushing up a little bit too much. Abel remaining in the points and Dog was leaving eastern. We needed to identify that eastern side was the weak side and push on. Right here they're maintaining those houses were extremely hard to take, of course. We're trying our best. We have established a position on those trenches. We're trying to push them back in. Once again, this map is Axis sided. They've got three good OPs there, decent front line there with a center and west. I say again that eastern side failed. Here, Guard is able to do a little bit of a flank here. Not sure where the other squads went, if Guard took out TOP or not. Uh, but they simply lose west side because they're spreading out towards the center when it's not actually necessary. So we 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 take west side because we pushed and we continue to push, yes, but we also take the west side because of a failure of the enemy team. Here, right here, he knows that eastern side is clear. Satchel just pushes through with no problem whatsoever there. He's able to get behind the enemy team. Look at that push there. It's a great push from Satchel squad. Good spread out push. But Satchel here needs to take the advantage and get behind them right away. Remain very defensive. They lose that eastern side as we expected them to. Boff is continuing to push on the center, who is doing an amazing job, which is he's a suicide squad. He just needs to keep on pushing, grinding that be meat grinder there. It's a shitty job, but it's necessary, allowing them to either focus on Boff or focus on Satchel. They can't be doing both. Here we on the west side we just struggle and struggle and struggle to retain a position here. But they're going to overcommit more people to the center and to the eastern side to deal with your threat, and they're going to make the west side a little bit more weaker, and then we take advantage of that. They're trying to plug in holes, and we're trying to catch where they open a hole. They try and support the center and the west side. My squad is able to push in, gain the western houses. We have guard on the left there, if you can see it far west, to retain map control. My guys are going to be pushing in, clearing that, and then maintaining a front line. They only have one OP there to react to us, and it's going to be a bit too late. Echo squad is going to have to come from the garrison. Once they do arrive, we already have the map control. Guard has a really bushwookie position there. He's just gonna stay there the whole the entire rest of the round, and rotations from the enemy are impossible far west because he is there. Map control. Boff and his squad going suicidal on center, doing that grindy bad job, just throwing themselves to bullets, trying to catch as much enemies as they can, but they're allowing that eastern side to be flanked. I feel like we do not took full advantage of that eastern side, as you can see there. The enemy was very weak there as well. We needed to be able to push. We needed to utilize stragglers. Look at that map. They had no one there besides a squad able. But our guys need to be able to eliminate that squad and push behind them. We're now overcommitting full center. I don't see Satchel squad, and that eastern side is just completely open by them and by us. So it's a failure by both teams, I would say. We start fighting first center and west. What happens to the east? And yes, we do take the point by uh, pretty much almost overwhelming them with multiple guys because we're close to it. Yes, but look at that. We, it's luck. It's luck. I think it's luck. In my opinion, it's just the enemy isn't in the right position to repel an attack on the center at that exact moment, and when they try to react to it, it's already a bit too late. They don't have the west side. My guys are holding the OP they have on the west side to reinforce, where they're the quickest reinforce there, which is Charlie, and they really don't have anything. They've got Echo that had to came all the way back, and then Abel that was on the eastern side, collapsing into the sector, and we simply overwhelmed them, which fair game. But look at that west side. Pleasure, my squad. Look, they're maintaining a front line. Monky in the window back, covering on top of us. We've got a little bit of front line there. The enemy cannot push us in. Every time they try and push, they get shot down. Simple but effective. Here at what happened on the second round. In this case, it was either Boff Squad or Satch, I'm not sure, that isn't taking control of the eastern side. The enemy is able to flank us. They are going to place an OP behind us and push in behind us. Yes, against a team like Ten Mountain is not extremely dangerous because Tessan is just absolutely going to wreck them. But against a good team that we're going to find onto the tournaments, if we give these guys these opportunities, they will destroy us. There you go, Tessan cleaning the house, and these guys are just, they have no idea what's going on. After Tessan eliminates a few, calls out for the squad leader. I've got guys here. Squad leader pushes back, and we'll be able to see Boff and his squad. They're maintaining a backline defensive position, and we established our lines. The enemy couldn't break us. They weren't able to pull out an effective flank. They tried for sure, but just going straight at us without any flanks, it's just extremely hard to take this point, even as allies. As allies defending, so fair play to us. We played well. They also did decent. We took the win after a tough first round for sure.